Alright, amigos, what's happening? It's Mr. M, and we're back for more of Chapter 9. Had to think about that one for a second. Today we're going to be doing Lesson 9.5. There's a lot of slides, but I'm going to try and go quick. This one's all about estimating decimals, sums, differences, products, and quotients. Your four bigs right there. You should know the word estimate right by now, and divisor is the number you're dividing by. I also like to think of it as divider, but there you go. Divisor is the number you are dividing by. There you go. Let's move on. So we can start by estimating sums by rounding to the nearest whole number. So just like we've done any other time, we can estimate to get close. So if we're going to estimate 1675 by 1545 by rounding to the nearest dollar, then we'd be adding $7 plus $15 for a total of 22, which you're just going to have to rely on me saying that because I just got my pen over here. But yeah, basically saying, oh wait, I figured this out before. Come on. 7 plus 15, 22. All right. Excellent. Let's continue and hope that my pen eventually starts to work. Otherwise, I'll have some troubles today. You can add and then estimate to check if your answer is reasonable. That also makes sense. That's what they got by adding. Estimating it is about 32 plus 8 is 40. Yeah, answer is reasonable. Okay. You're going to add and then estimate to check to see if your answers are reasonable. All right, pause me in a couple seconds, and then I'll do the same. And when you restart, I'll have answers. Thanks. Pause me. All right, friends, did you get 3 7/800? I hope not. That can't possibly be right, because that's what we started with. Let's change that to 8 9800, which if you add roughly 4 plus 5, that's close to 9. That works. Next one here, you get 16 1600. If you do 13 plus 3, that works. And then 40 1300. If you do 15 plus 25, you're about 40, so that works. So just as a simple way to check your work, that's why you're doing the estimation. Okay, subtraction works exactly the same way. You can pause me and read this, but I'm just going to continue so we can keep this video at a reasonable amount of time. Pause me if you want to, and then let's carry on. Same thing here. They're doing just the straight up subtraction, and then getting 9 2300 when you subtract 1 86 from 11 900. That's about 11. That's about 2. 11 minus 2 is 9. So yeah, answer is reasonable. All right, subtract, check, estimate. Pause me, and we'll check in 5 seconds. All right, amigos, did we get 8 9100, 7 tenths, and 4 9100? You should. This is about 10 minus 1, or 9. This is about 6 minus 5, or about 1. This is about 25 minus 20, which is about 5. All those answers perfectly reasonable. All right, same concept. This time we were dealing with multiplication. You can estimate your multiplication by rounding to the nearest whole number. All right, so they're saying if you're doing 11 9700 times 2, or if you're buying something for $11.97 and you want 2 of them, the cost is going to be about 24 bucks. There's your practical application. All right. Same thing if you're doing $2.74 times 4. Say you're out with your friends and y'all want an ice cream or something, and you're buying for your friends. For those cones at $2.74 a piece is going to be $10.96. Or if you estimate that at 3 times 4, that's about 12 bucks. If you got 12 bucks, you're good to go. All right. Multiplying, then estimate. I'll pull up the answers here in about 5 seconds, and you can decide whether your estimates were reasonable or not. All right, those are the answers. I would have done this as about, you could either do this as like 1 times 7 to get 7, or even a half times 7 to get 3 5 tenths. Either one of those would be good estimates. 1 times 3 is about 3. That's close. 6 times 8 is 48. That's super close. 3 times 9 is 27. That's super close. Okay, so that all works there too. So really, all we're really doing is talking about checking your work for the most part. Hey, words. All right. Division is going to work the same way, except you are going to want to find those compatible numbers. You're not always going to necessarily want to go to the nearest whole number to divide, but you want to go and divide by whole numbers that work. So you can go and read this. It says, just as in whole number division, to estimate the quotient, choose a number close to the dividend. The dividend is the big number you're chopping up that can be evenly divided by the divisor. Okay, there you go. Sorry about that. So we're going to change 23 and 6400 to the nearest number that can be divided by 3. 24 is a slightly better choice. If you do 24 divided by 3, your answer is going to be about 8. Okay. If we're doing 40 and 4/10 by 5, our estimate here is 40 divided by 5 is about 8. When they actually do the division, they get 8 and 800. Reasonable answer. She's new. She seems cool. All right, divide and then estimate. Pause me. I'll come back in 5 seconds with answers. All right, this is what you guys should have got for answers. If I was estimating, I would be estimating 12 divided by 3, 18 divided by 9, 21 divided by 7. Okay. Oh, what do we have here? Estimate sums by rounding to the nearest tenth. Okay, so instead of rounding to the nearest whole, we're just doing tenth this time. If you want to pause me and read, you can pause me and read, but it's basically doing the same thing except moving our estimation over to one place value, doing nearest tenth instead of nearest 1. Okay. Oh, you get out of the way, you handsome. Oh, come on. Up. There we go. I think the key is slow and steady. All right. Complete each complete each estimate. Okay. 10 and 4600ths minus 3 and 5200ths. They round that to 10 and 5/10 minus 3 and 5/10, which is about, oh, get back here, which is about, that's not a clickable text box, Mr. McCarthy. That's about 7. So 10 and 4600ths minus 3 and 5200ths is about 7. Okay. They do 4700ths times 4. They're going to change the 4700ths times 5/10. 5/10 times 4 is 20/10, or, oops, wrong spot, 2. So 4700ths times 4 is about 2. All right, let's carry on. 8 minutes. Okay. Okay, same idea with the division. Kind of pretend the decimals aren't there. All right, when you have 3 and 4600ths, you don't really know, but you can do 3 and 200ths, or no, 3 and 2/10, or 32/10, or 3 and 6/10, or 36/10 divided by 4. In this case, we're going to go with 3 and 6/10, or 36/10. 36/10 divided by 4 is going to be not all that nonsense text. It's going to be about 0.9, so the answer will be about 0.9. Okay, get rid of that. Excellent. I feel pretty good about myself right now. Same idea here. They're rounding a little bit more now, though, because there's nothing really near 5 and 2/8 divided by 6 that divides nicely. By going down, you can have 4 and 8/10, or 48/10, or 5 and 4/10. They're going up, 5 and 4/10. If you have 48/10 divided by 6, or 5 and 4/10 divided by 6, both work. This one's better. 5 and 4/10 divided by 6, or 54/10 divided by 6. Oh, hey, look at that. I can actually just keep everything I have on this page, because it is also going to be 0.9, or about 0.9. Cool. Having a little trouble with my mouse clicks today. All right. Calculate. then estimate to check if your answer is reasonable. And I think they want you to estimate to the nearest tenth. All right, at the top one, I'd have rounded that to 12 4/10 plus 12 6/10 to get 25. The next one, I'd have done 1 5/10 or $1.50 minus 50 cents. That would have given me about $1, so not too bad. Wait, was that right? Yeah, that's right. The next one, I'd have done 1 8/10 times 3, which would have given me $5.40. Pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. And the last one, I'd have done $1.50 divided by 5, which would have given me 30 cents. So those are all reasonable answers. Hopefully you're doing the estimating part and not just waiting for answers. Boom. You can read the directions. I'll put up answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I did 1 plus 14 and got 15, close. I did 14 plus 6 and got 20, pretty darn good. Here I'd have done 2 minus 1 and got 1, still pretty close. And here I'd have done 35 minus 15 is 20, and that's pretty close too. So yeah, those all work. Next page. Ka-chow. Hey, I've been watching a little bit of Cars, can you tell? Ka-chow, ka-chow, ka-chow. All right. Read the directions, calculate, estimate, multiply, divide, blah, blah, blah. I'll put up answers in 5, 4, 3. Well, as soon as I pause them. All right, do we all agree? Good. I'd have done 6 times 8 is 48. 15 times 6 is 90. 6 divided by 5 is a little more than 1. 15 divided by 5 is about 3. Those all work. All right. They're asking you to do the nearest tenth this time. Go, go, go. I'll meet you in 3 to 5 seconds. All right. I hope all these are right because I'm totally cheating today. Yeah, I'm not feeling my usual spicy self. Maybe next time. But there you go. Hopefully your estimates were nice and close. Let's carry on forward because we're getting to the end of our time, I'd say. Estimate by, I would be doing choosing a tenth close to the dividend that can be evenly divided by the divisor. Honestly, I'd still be doing 12 divided by 4. 4 is 3, and I would be doing I would be doing 60 divided by 6. So here's the deal. They're asking you to go to the nearest tenth or by choosing a tenth. So you could do 63 and 6/10, but then you still got to divide it all out. And here you could do 11 and 6/10. Those would be the closest ones that divide by 4 and divide by 6. But then you're still doing the long division. So in this case, I'm just going to level with you. I don't see why you would divide by the nearest or use the nearest tenth to do your estimates at all. Doesn't make sense, but they want you to do it. So in this case, it would be 11 and 6/10 divided by 4 is going to give you like 2 and 9/10 instead of 3. And 63 and 6/10 would give you 10 and 6/10 instead of 10. Whatevs. Divide. I'll pop the answers up in about 3 seconds. So there you go. That's what your final answers are. And this would be one of those cases where I'll level with you and say, I don't know why you would go to the 10th instead of the whole number in this. I don't know. There you go. That's honest Mr. M for you tonight. Or today. Sorry, I accidentally hit pause. Let's carry on. Almost done. Almost done. Big long lesson. Almost done. All right. Show your work. Pause, and then I'll circle back and talk to you guys in 5 seconds. All right, I thought these were going to be more complicated, but they're simply estimating. The first one, it says round the mass to the nearest gram on the envelope. So an envelope is 2.2 grams, 2 2/10, you round it to 2. Then what's the total mass of 275 envelopes going to be? If you do 275 times 2, you get 550. That is less than the actual total. Why is it less? Because instead of using 2 and 2/10, we just used 2. So we took one number and rounded it down. All right. So when we just round one number down, don't change the other, you're going to get less. And then on the second one, bottle A contains 2 7/75 of a liter of orange juice. B contains 1 28 liters, 1 2800 of a liter of apple juice. Round the volume of each to the nearest tenth. 2 7/5 rounds up to 2 8/10. 1 2800 rounds up to 1 3/10. 2 8 and 1 3 is going to be 4 1/10 of a liter. It's going to be more than the actual because we rounded both of those numbers up and then added them. There you go. There's your workbook assignment. Those are the pages that go along with it. I'm pretty sure that's what your teachers are going to give you. Pay attention to any changes or whatever they make for that. So do your workbook, do your IXL, do your best. I'm 30 seconds overtime, so I got to go. Bye, friends. Work hard. Be well.